Edward Teach, better known as Blackbeard, remains one of the most notorious pirates in history. His name has become synonymous with the golden age of piracy, a time when the seas were ruled by ruthless and daring outlaws. His name alone evokes images of a fearsome sea captain commanding a ship with black sails and a fearsome crew. Blackbeard's ship, the Queen Anne's Revenge, was a symbol of terror on the high seas, striking fear into the hearts of all who encountered it. Blackbeard's life was short but eventful, filled with acts of piracy, violence, and ultimately his own demise. He was known for his strategic mind and ruthless tactics, often using fear and intimidation to achieve his goals. His battles were legendary, and his reputation grew with each victory. The origins of his nickname are clear. The name Blackbeard was derived from his most distinctive feature, which set him apart from other pirates of his time. Blackbeard sported a thick black beard that covered most of his face. This beard was not just a physical characteristic, but a tool of psychological warfare. He would light slow-burning fuses in his beard during battles, creating a terrifying image of a man with smoke and flames surrounding his head. He was said to have braided his beard and tied ribbons into it, adding to his intimidating appearance. This unique look made him easily recognizable and added to the myth and legend that surrounded him. Blackbeard's fearsome visage was a key part of his identity, and it played a significant role in his ability to command and control his crew and enemies alike. Little is known for certain about Blackbeard's early life. Records are scarce, and much of what we know is based on speculation and second-hand accounts. He was likely born around 1680, possibly in Bristol, England. Some historians believe that Blackbeard may have been literate and from a wealthy family. However, he chose a life of adventure and lawlessness on the high seas. Blackbeard's pirate career began sometime around 1716 when he joined the crew of Captain Benjamin Hornigold. Hornigold was a well-known pirate captain operating in the Caribbean. Blackbeard quickly proved himself to be a skilled sailor and a ruthless fighter. He rose through the ranks, gaining Hornigold's trust and respect. In 1717, Hornigold gave Blackbeard command of a sloop he had captured. Blackbeard renamed the ship Queen Anne's Revenge and began his own reign of terror. The Queen Anne's Revenge was a powerful frigate, outfitted with 40 guns, making her a formidable force in the Caribbean. Blackbeard quickly gained a reputation for being a fierce and cunning pirate captain. He commanded a loyal crew and instilled fear in the hearts of his enemies. Blackbeard understood the power of fear. He knew that the mere sight of a pirate could send shivers down the spine of even the bravest sailors. But Blackbeard took it a step further. He cultivated a terrifying persona, enhancing his appearance to intimidate his opponents. His reputation was not just built on his actions, but on the image he projected. He was said to have lit slow-burning matches in his beard before battle, creating a fearsome spectacle. The sight of smoke billowing from his face made him appear almost demonic, striking terror into the hearts of those who saw him. Beyond his appearance, Blackbeard employed psychological warfare. He understood that fear could be a powerful weapon, often more effective than brute force. He would often fire warning shots across the bow of merchant ships, demonstrating his firepower before demanding surrender. This show of strength was usually enough to convince captains that resistance was futile. This tactic often resulted in bloodless victories as captains chose to surrender their cargo rather than face Blackbeard's wrath. His ability to instill fear without engaging in combat made him one of the most successful pirates of his time. Blackbeard's legend grew with each encounter, his name becoming synonymous with terror on the high seas. His mastery of psychological tactics ensured that his reputation would endure long after his death, a testament to the power of fear in the world of piracy. Blackbeard's exploits quickly became legendary. He plundered ships throughout the Caribbean and along the American coast, amassing a fortune in stolen goods. His targets were primarily merchant vessels carrying valuable cargoes of sugar, cocoa, and other commodities. He operated with impunity, striking fear into the hearts of sailors and civilians alike. Governments placed bounties on his head, but Blackbeard remained elusive, always one step ahead of his pursuers. Perhaps Blackbeard's most audacious act was the blockade of Charlestown, South Carolina in 1718. For nearly a week, Blackbeard held the port hostage, capturing several ships entering and leaving the harbor. He demanded a chest of medicine in exchange for the release of the ships and their crews. The authorities in Charlestown eventually met his demands, demonstrating Blackbeard's power and influence. Blackbeard's reign of terror couldn't last forever. In November 1718, Lieutenant Robert Maynard, a young officer in the British Royal Navy, finally caught up with the pirate captain. A fierce battle ensued at Ocracoke Island, North Carolina. Blackbeard fought bravely, but he was ultimately outnumbered and outgunned. He sustained multiple gunshot and sword wounds before finally succumbing to his injuries. The Caribbean, a region rich in history and mystery, was once the playground of some of the most notorious pirates the world has ever known. Among them, one name stands out above the rest: Blackbeard. Blackbeard's death marked the end of an era in piracy. His final battle was a fierce and bloody confrontation, a testament to his fearsome reputation and the violent life he led. The clash between Blackbeard and Lieutenant Maynard's crew was a dramatic end to a pirate who had terrorized the seas. His legend, however, continues to capture the imagination centuries later. Today, festivals and reenactments celebrate his legacy, drawing crowds who are fascinated by the tales of his exploits. The image of Blackbeard, with his wild eyes and smoking fuses in his beard, remains a powerful symbol of rebellion and adventure. He remains a symbol of the golden age of piracy, a time when ruthless individuals like him ruled the seas. This era, spanning the late 17th and early 18th centuries, was characterized by daring raids, hidden treasures, and a constant battle against the naval forces of the time. Pirates like Blackbeard became legends, their stories passed down through generations. Blackbeard's story serves as a reminder of the lawlessness and brutality that defined this period. The weapons they wielded and the treasures they sought were symbols of their defiance against the established order. These pirates lived by their own rules, often at great personal risk. His life and death offer a glimpse into a world where fortune favored the bold. And death was a constant companion. The stormy seas they navigated were as unpredictable as their lives, filled with danger and opportunity. Blackbeard's legacy is a testament to the enduring allure of the pirate's life, a life of freedom, danger, and the relentless pursuit of fortune.